I'm Abby. This is Nikki. And this is Peluche and Coco Mochi. We've been living on the wide open road for the past 4.5 years. This is what we call home. Subscribe to our channel for weekly videos that give you a peek into the adventurous world of nomadic living. Last week, I brought you along on a lovely week in the Santa Fe National Forest in New Mexico. This week, we head east to check in with Nikki.
Good morning. So today's kind of exciting because I get to celebrate the autumn equinox Mavone with all of them, and I've really appreciated being able to celebrate pagan holidays because they feel more aligned with, my values and just kind of the idea of appreciating nature and the seasons. And we're just going to make a bunch of food and finally eat on the big community table, which is pretty cool because that was something, or it is something that I really want for my dinner series, is to have a big community table. And when I pulled up, Tawny had already had that set up, which is pretty amazing. Look who's here. Getting to experience a taste of community living has been endearing. We had our first family dinner at the new dinner table, and it was just like I'd imagined in my head when I think about my own dinner series. It's quite magical to live out a dream I've distinctly visualized. It makes the reality of what's to come quite visceral. And to add to my dream state, it's time to see my family back east. So I made it to my cousin's house in Tennessee, and I am so grateful to be here. I've missed him. It's been 2 years since I saw him, which is wild. We saw each other in Austin last, but time is so interesting. So we have had a lot of catching up to do, and one of the things that I love is that he knows all things about vehicles, and he is working on Towanda, and of course there are more problems than I could have realized, so I'm gonna go help him out. So what are you doing?
Now we're about to see how dusty this air filter is, because I'm sure it's nice and fresh.
I basically haven't changed it since Alaska. I blew it out, but he said that doesn't count, so. Quality control. So Zach says I get a D-
Look at the graph.
filter maintenance. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I wonder why you can't go uphill very well.
Okay, there it is. I live in the desert in the winter. So we're assessing the problem. It's really hard. So we have determined that is the right side lower ball joint that needs to be replaced. So grateful for him. So, among some other things that we didn't know were there as problems, and probably part of the reason that it wants to overheat and that I have so much trouble going up hills and that I don't get very good air in my system. So Towanda is going to be healthy again. Zach has always been more of a brother to me than a cousin, so cooking him food that we grew up on brings a deep comfort to both of us. He in return keeps Towanda going. He recognizes and appreciates my desire for this lifestyle, and he has always respected the way I choose to live. Well, it's always something. This time I'm not in the Yukon getting this thing out of limp mode. I am having Zach work on my heating and air. So, looks intense. Problem's not that intense, but we gotta keep this baby going. Do, 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 do. Oh yeah, new balls. Joints. Yes. Getting some backup.
Yep. Boom! You just got to do that about 48 more times. There it goes.
Woo! Nice. She's fixed. Wow, look at the difference of this.
I can move it, but
Yeah.
it's very stiff.
Yeah.
But then, like, you can hear your squeak. I don't know if the video will pick it up, but
We'll add some ear. I mean, yeah, I see that. So.
squeak, squeak.
Oh my God. Okay,
but, like,
so
you can feel the metal grinding in it. Like,
yeah.
if you spin it, be careful on that side. But
Oh, I feel it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wild. Okay, that's why I've been sounding like
yeah,
you hear me a mile away.
yeah. Like, oh, Nikki's on the way. Squeak, squeak.
After a sweet but all too short-lived visit, it's off to see the heart of my family, my ma, sis, and pop. Good morning. So I am in Walterboro, South Carolina, at my parents' house, hanging out with them and my sister. I haven't seen them in 2 years, so it's been really nice to come back. And they've got a beautiful property on 4 acres, so just hanging out in the yard, enjoying the birds, and yeah, catching up with them. And it's been a much needed trip for me. Being with Zach and then being able to be with them. And, you know, I have a very small family, so they're pretty much it. They're the core of my world. So I'm grateful to be spending time with them, you know, like, especially living this way, living on the road. It's time is just constantly flying by. It feels like it was been a blip since I've seen them, but it also feels like a lifetime. So it all feels really good though. It's been necessary for me, and I've, been able to appreciate a lot in the time apart, and then recognizing how much how important it is to me when I am with them. So yeah, space and time is necessary, but that much space and time not necessary. You know, they're not getting any younger, so I'm gonna make a point to not let that much time pass anymore. So. You need a train horn on there.
Oh, it's got a backup horn. Took it off. It's too damn loud. Oh, it's just unplugged. Look in the back. This is
This man right here holds a special place in my heart. He chose me. He's the uncle that when I was around 11 years old said to himself that he would become my guardian to ensure I had a stable and hopeful life. He still works constantly, and his tenacity to power through all that life throws at him is very inspiring. So I'm about to do a workout with Deb. She keeps me young. She's in her mid-60s, and she's the one motivating me to do the workout, so I'm very grateful. And this woman right here saved my life, quite literally. She has been the mother that stepped in and made sure I would have a chance in this world. She's such a big part of why I look in the mirror now, and I'm proud of the woman staring back at me.
Yeah, us. Me in the kitchen.
I got my sous chefs.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So grateful for my sous chefs. Never saw this happening. And my sister, who is one of the most unique and talented people I know. She's always motivated me to invest fully in who I'm meant to be, even if she doesn't know it or recognize how. And this crew right here, Nora, Hector, and Brienne. Brienne reminds me to inhale the full allegiance of life and to never let anything stop me from embracing the joy within the time that I have on this earth. She shows her child what it means to be bold no matter what life throws at her. They have taken a seemingly impossible health challenge and flipped it into a beautiful story of courage, resilience, and strength, and I'm grateful to call them family. Even though I live a life of travel, wander, and at times solitude, I'm extremely honored for the given and chosen family I know I can always come home to.
These videos are made possible through the support of our patrons. Join the Ride and Seek crew on Patreon today. Thank you, crew!